Bulbbul is a 2020 Hindi language supernatural drama film written and directed by Anvita Dutt and produced by Anushka Sharma and Karnesh Sharma. The film stars Tripti Dimri in the lead role along with Avinash Tiwary, Rahul Bose in a double role, Paoli Dam and Parambrata Chattopadhyay. I really didn't care much about this film before it even came out, because when the trailer of it dropped, I really wasn't all that excited for it. Yeah, I wanted to watch it because of the Anushka Sharma being in the producer, but I'm usually not a fan of the horror genre. Whenever it usually releases, I usually tend to skip it because the story usually falls around the same thing, just with a little bit of variation on each and every story. So I wasn't literally a fan of horror. There are some which I liked. IMDb classified this as horror, which it's completely incorrect. This movie is not a horror movie at all, and I'll get to that later. First of all, the movie is visually beautiful. There are certain shots, the cinematography in it manages to capture what it wanted to with absolute ease. I applaud the cinematographer for creating such beautiful scenes. Another department that really deserves praise is the production design and the costumes. Just look at them. They all look very beautiful. The set is beautifully designed. Now, obviously, in a film like this with Anushka Sharma being in the producer credits, I expect great performances, and this film delivers on that. I haven't seen any of these actors in previous movies, so I'm just basing it off of this film. So, simply basing off of this is one of the best performances I have seen from actors who are new to me. So, Avinash Tiwary and Rahul Bose especially deserve praise. And the way he manages to do a double role, as one is a guy with conscience and the other one is a bit mentally disturbed, he takes this role with absolute comfort. It really didn't feel like, a guy behind a camera. It just felt really realistic. But the highlight of the movie was Paoli Dam. She was great to watch. I wanted a movie to be focused on her, or at least the movie, if it was a bit longer, I would have wanted it to be a bit more focused on her. She was one of the best things in the movie. Now, the lead role plays Tripti Dimri, and she plays Bulbbul in the movie. And it's how she managed to do that with absolute comfort is beyond me. I really want to take some notes as to how she managed to do that, because she's the one who has a major arc in the movie. She goes from this innocent child to a matriarch, and it's done so convincingly. I really don't know how she managed to do that. Another thing which I found really interesting was the concept of the movie. Not the story, but the concept. Because it kind of reminds you of your grandmother's stories on a starry night and on a village roof. It kind of reminded you of that, but the film is only an hour and 34. I even checked the Netflix page, but it's only an hour and 34, and unfortunately that much of time wasn't enough to actually suck you into the lore, because of two reasons. One of the biggest ones that I noticed firsthand after watching it is that the film really doesn't go that deep into their characters or the story. The second part was that the climax of the movie was very dull. It was so underwhelming, you can say, because anything which led to the development of that big reveal, because it's an Indian movie, you expect a twist at the end. It's like we're watching a Shyamalan movie or something. But the development to the big reveal and the climax was very underwhelming. And because of all this, it failed to suck me in as much as I wanted it to. And with that, I come to the most glaring problem with the movie. And this is a small nitpick that I have, but the film uses way too much of the red color. Whenever it's nighttime in the movie and they're going witch hunting, because the movie is about a witch, whenever such scenes happen, it's usually on like this it's shot very good, but the thing is they apply a red filter. It's almost like they, you know how in school plays when you apply red gel paper onto a spotlight and then put a fog machine to create somewhat of an atmosphere. This movie tries to do the same. It's a very saturated blood red color to the background. I don't know, it just gets too much in the movie. That's to say, I know why it is used in the film. It's just that I'm just not a big fan of, it's just a bit overused in this movie, that's all. And the other thing is that the movie is not a horror film like it says in the IMDb. It's not horror, it's much closer to a crime mystery drama, because that's what this is. It's a mystery with a supernatural element in it. Sad to say, this movie would have worked as a horror movie because you already have a supernatural element, and the movie tries to present it in a horror-like fashion. It provides you with two obvious, very obvious jump scares, and I felt like, you know, this could have worked as a horror movie had you developed the story in that way. That's also one of the most glaring problems. It's that the witch in the movie, I'm not gonna spoil who it is, but it's very obvious, but her powers, her strengths and weaknesses, even the story of that witch never really gets explored to its full potential, and sometimes not even at all. Another glaring problem was the way it was executed, the screenplay mostly. It was so obvious who the witch was, because the movie itself will show you every single thing as the story keeps on developing. You pretty much know from the get-go who the witch is. It's so obvious that even a child can guess it. It's that obvious. Again, the concept of the movie is very, very good. It's just that the execution of it all was very, very disappointing, and it's because of all this that I'm going to give Bulbbul a 5 out of 10. It's an average movie. Honestly, this is a kind of film that would have worked a bit more had it delved more into a horror genre. I understand what Anushka Sharma is trying to do with these female-centric films, but apart from the performances and Tripti's portrayal of Bulbbul and the way everyone acts in the movie and the way it was shot, there's nothing really noteworthy of the movie, and it was a bit of a disappointment once you watch it all the way through. But I do recommend that you watch it, because I really don't think it's really that bad a film, because you might end up having a good time. It's just that don't go into it with too much expectations, and be ready when you know who the witch is way before they even show it to you. And that's all for my review of Bulbbul. If you like this video, please hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon too, so that I keep coming onto your feed. Comment below what you thought of the movie and let me know if you liked it. And with that in mind, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.